I know A Day to Remember asked us to have faith in them, but they're making it really hard at this point. Like, it almost seems like they're intentionally making it hard for us to want to like the new album. Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond AR TV. My name is John, and it's time for a track review of the third single released from their upcoming album. I have to put air quotes there because that has been the messiest rollout. I don't even know what's going on there. Stop announcing release dates and then rolling it back, and then it just makes you feel like the album isn't even done or they don't really know what they want it to be at all. I'm planning to do a video very soon about album delays, and oddly enough, the delay of their album has kept pushing that back for me because I want to include that in terms of how it affects the overall outcome and quality once an album has been delayed. Anyways, enough beating around the bush. Let's talk about Mindreader. It is going to be on your welcome. A Day to Remember are one of those bands that I could look to in the past, even if I wasn't always on board for their sound. You could tell that they had heart, that they had passion. Jeremy McKinnon is a great vocalist, at least in his own right, especially when he's really going at it. I admire his screams, some of the growls that you'll occasionally get out of him, and his cleans are solid too. But now, the cleans, if you will, have been cleaned up so much for this new material. This is technically, I guess, the fourth taste that we've gotten from their new cycle. We got the collab with Marshmello, the EDM leading rock track, which was called Rescue Me. And that is honestly the best thing that I've heard yet, which is very odd to me. We also got Degenerates, a very shitty lead single that did not get me excited at all. In fact, it kind of got me mad if you saw my track review of that. What a boring, hollow song. Then we got Resentment, which I know a lot of fans were pretty keen on because it was heavy again, but was it almost the bait and switch? I mean, I know that they kind of reeled you back in with that, but it just still felt hollow to me. That breakdown was soulless, and I think that that is a good word to describe this new track, Mindreader. There's enjoyable qualities to it. I mean, the single artwork, that's pretty cool. I like the way that that was designed, so I guess that's a positive. The guitars are catchy, they're melodic, and I do like the kind of chugging ones in the background, the rhythm that really keeps everything guided forward. But outside of that, I look to the lyrics and I don't see how anyone could feel, oh wow, this is unique to A Day to Remember. This is definitely Jeremy McKinnon's signature writing style. It doesn't feel like a band so much as it does a hollow gamble at maybe chart success elsewhere. It's okay. It's not the worst thing ever. I don't think it's a terrible song. It's just kind of terrible by A Day to Remember standards, at least when you stack it up compared to their old stuff. Now, I don't want to be that dude that lays down the hammer and says, oh, you're selling your soul because you tried something new. I think to me, this feels empty because the lyrics do feel like they could have been written by anybody. It's talking about not being able to understand someone, they're not able to reciprocate feelings because you don't really know where their thoughts are and how that might intertwine with your vision of where you wanted this to go. It's so empty, and that description, just saying it back out loud, I'm thinking, wow, that just sounds like a generic top 40 song in a way. It might feel a little bit more distinct than I'm actually giving it credit there for, but still, I feel like this track is something that you play through, and especially with those Mindreader vocals that are kind of pitch shifted, adjusted a little bit on the bridge. It's empty. This is an empty track, and for me, again, I'm having a hard time feeling any kind of excitement leading up to their new material. They've kind of shot their hype in the foot, and they keep pushing things off, and then they'll drop something, and then they say, oh, it's coming. And I understand that we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, and maybe it's hard to nail down a release date, but this was going on long before that. I mean, the record was supposed to come out last fall, then in January, and we've yet to really see anything come to fruition there. Maybe that will change very soon, but overall for me, on this new track, Mindreader, I'm just gonna give this a light 3, maybe a strong 2.5. This is something that I could listen to in the background. It's okay, it's decent, it's got a melody to it, but again, it doesn't feel like anything that's special. It doesn't feel like something that I would ever seek out and be like, yeah, that is A Day to Remember. This is an essential track for them. But I would love to know from maybe somebody that's an even bigger fan than me, because I would just consider myself a casual fan, what did you think of the track? I will link to it down below if you haven't heard it yet. And if you enjoyed my review today, please do me a favor, drop a like on this video, subscribe for the love of music. If you want to see me talk more positively about A Day to Remember, then you can catch a review right here, or another recent track review over here. Socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more on Beyond AR TV.